going to start this test ride off by saying what many of you are already thinking. It's about time. Can-Am has literally attacked all segments of the sport side-by-side marketplace except for one, the 50-inch. For 2018 though, their lineup is finally complete with the introduction of the all-new Maverick Trail and Trail DPS 50-inch wide sport side-by-side family of vehicles. And this vehicle is all new. It's not just a narrow Maverick. Can-Am's Trail, similar to how Arctic Cat did things, has been built from the ground up to be a 50-inch side-by-side. Let's start off with a quick overview of the specs, and then we'll talk about how it actually performs. Under the hood of our 1000 DPS model is Can-Am's super strong 976cc Rotax V-twin that pumps out 75 horsepower. Power is transferred through Can-Am's QRS-T CVT transmission to a shiftable four-wheel drive drivetrain that has a Visco-Lock QE auto-locking front diff and a manually unlocking rear diff. The DPS model obviously has a single-mode version of Can-Am's power steering system. Double A-arms up front produce 10 inches of travel. The rear suspension system that Can-Am calls the TTAT produces 10.5 inches of travel. Front and rear sway bars help reduce body roll, and it all ends up producing 10 inches of ground clearance. Our DPS model comes standard with a set of 12-inch cast aluminum wheels that are wrapped in a set of 26-inch Carlisle ACT tires. The whole thing rides on a set of twin-tube gas-charged preload adjustable shocks. The vehicle we have here is sporting some additional Can-Am parts and accessories like the front bumper, roof, soundbar, rear rack extension, and a few other goodies. So that's what it is. But the most important question of all is, of course, how does it work? When you get inside the trail, the first thing you're going to appreciate is how much space there is for your right leg. The adjustable seat makes reaching the gas pedal easy for short folks, but us taller people won't feel cramped, at least not on the right. The left foot area is smaller. I won't say it's tight because there's decent room. The complaint I have here is with the position of the footrest on the left side. It's too flat and is not where your foot naturally wants to rest. This isn't a big deal, but it is something I noticed right away. The seats and seating position are excellent. The overall dimensions of the vehicle being kept to 50 inches means there's no excess shoulder space for big folks, and I did find my left shoulder rests against the door all the time, but I was never uncomfortable, even with a full-size dude riding beside me. Everything inside the driver compartment is well laid out and easy to get to. Storage in the dash on both the driver and passenger sides is a nice touch, and the shifter is exactly where you expect it to be. It also might be one of the smoothest side-by-side shifters I've ever used. Really nice doors operate smoothly and provide massive protection. The gauge is attached to the tilt steering column, and while definitely on the small side, it does read a lot of information. Rotax's 1000cc V-twin power plant has always been a torque monster, but in this small, lightweight package, it feels even better down low. But it definitely was the mid-range that really impressed me most. This motor just keeps pulling and pulling. That QRS-T CVT transmission backshifts super fast and is tuned to make perfect use of this engine's strong bottom end and mid-range as well. The most impressive aspect of the Trail DPS for all of our test riders, myself included, is how well it handles. The single-mode DPS system is tuned to absolute perfection, and handling is quick but also precise. This makes it very confidence-inspiring to drive fast. Yes, it's narrow, but the quick and precise handling combined with the front and rear sway bars never leave you feeling out of control or like you're going to tip over. Power sliding was effortless, even at high speeds. I've recently been informed that I'm starting to sound like a bit of a broken record when it comes to side-by-side suspensions. Unfortunately, I am going to repeat myself one more time talking about the Maverick Trail. The 10 inches of front suspension travel is, quite honestly, amazing. It felt plush and soaked up pretty much anything I could throw at it. With preload set to full soft, the ride was as good as one could hope for. But out back, the ride is decidedly stiff. Things the front end soaked up without complaint would cause the rear end to buck way more than any of our testers thought was reasonable. Springs were again set to full soft, and the ride was just not as compliant as I think it should be given how smooth the front end actually rides. Luckily, this is an easy fix, and an adjustable set of shocks will solve this problem entirely on, say, an XDS model in the future. This vehicle hasn't been on the ground for long, but we have been testing it pretty steady since the moment it landed. This testing has led all of us here at Dirt Trax to one final conclusion. The Maverick Trail 1000 DPS looks sweet. It's aggressive and stylish. It's got great power, outstanding handling, decent ride quality, and is comfortable. The DPS is tuned perfectly and the clutching is unmatched in the industry. When you consider that this is Can-Am's first attempt at a 50-inch side-by-side, you can't come away anything but highly impressed, just like we are. The question on everybody's mind now is, of course, how does it stack up against the current 50-inch class leader, Polaris RZR 900? And it just so happens we're going to answer that question very soon, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching this segment of Dirt Trax TV. For more great content, make sure you click the links or subscribe to our channel where we're always updating with new content every day throughout the week.